Hello, good morning, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to go over a few things again that I did a year ago and didn't realize some more understanding came along the way. That's what happens when you continue to teach and learn. So I'm going to go over these things. And if people have an alternative to what I'm offering, I'd like to hear it. If not, I don't care. Try to tag a few people that are always on the watch and being, hello, good morning. It's quite the job to remember everybody that's enthusiastic about learning and not approaching new ideas with a negative mindset, with a predisposition of assumptions that aren't even true. Because you're living in a geoengineered reality state. That's not my fault. I'm trying to tell you and prove to you that you are. People, so, we got a few, there we go. Hello. So, numbers always have been, and originally they were used to express shapes. They were used to express shapes. And numbers are in everything. Numerical value is in the words that we speak. Numerical value and frequency is in minerals, it's in metals, it's in everything. Everything has its own frequency of density. Gold and silver, copper, they all have different frequencies, different densities, different levels of it, different strengths. Just like minerals, diamonds, emeralds, birthstones, they all have different levels of density to them, different states. Okay. So, I want to talk about things like when you see 33, what does that mean? There's several occultic meanings behind 33. It refers to a third, 1/3 of a whole. 33 is a third. Okay? So the body has three parts: the mind, the body, the flesh, and the spirit. Three parts: 33, 66, 99. There is no 100. You got to understand, in original mathematics, there was no zero place. It was 1 through 9, and then it would repeat itself. There was no zero. They didn't have a zero. It was the Roman Empire that added zero to math. So there's no 9. So the ultimate number was 999, which was the sum of all things. Because then if you took 9 times 3, which is 27, and it adds up to 9. See? It's all 9. 33, 66, 99. But the quantum mechanics in this is it's all 8, too. It's all 8, too. Okay? And it's all divisible by 3. Because we're not just talking about physically, we're talking about laterally as far as the shape of the number, because that's how this works. They're talking about the shape of the number too, and the mathematical values. This is where thinking into the fourth and fifth dimensions starts coming into play. Okay? So there's your 6 and your 9, right? There's your 6 and your 9. Now, if I push them together a little bit more, you see how that can make an 8, right? 6 and 9 are 2 parts of 8, right? Double helix, infinity sign. Or 3 could be cut. You could cut 8 in half and get 2 3s. If you just snapped it in half physically, if you broke 8 in half, you get 2 3s. And these are the things they're talking about. These are the things they're talking about. Now, Uncle Tesla said that anything natural travels in circles. He said anything in nature travels in circles, referring to a ratio, the golden ratio, Fibonacci, and that's because everything was made out of the same motion, right? If you put a piece of glass on the beach and let the ocean waves rub over it, it's going to rub everything a certain way and then rub it smooth because of the motion of it. See that? It's rubbing the glass smooth because of the motion. The motion of the reality. So when Yahweh spoke into the darkness and created reality, the first thing that came out of him was numbers, because he is 9. So he spoke 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I didn't fully connect these together because I did that on purpose, but you can see how you could tie them together and they would run on infinitely together. And as you go around the centerpiece, the counter side adds to 9. 3 and 6, 5 and 4, 8 and 1, 2 and 7. But it's creating motion as you're going around, adding to the middle. This is the motion of the quantum mechanics of reality. Right here. This is expressing how numbers travel in circles, and everything rotates and revolves around the number 9. The law of 9 has a lot of implications in today's reality. And the Hebrew calendar was based on the law of 9. This is called Hermetics. The Hebrew calendar had 13 months and 28-day cycles. And if you multiplied that out, that was 360 degrees, the sum of a circle. And 3 plus 6 is 9. There's your 369. 360 degrees, 3 plus 6 is 9. If you cut a circle in half and you keep halving, the sum of the angle will always add to 9. So everything's in a center. It comes from the middle. Everything's from the middle. And it's cubed outwardly in layers of dimensions of reality from the spoken word from the beginning. This is what the Bible was talking about when he's referring to the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah. Not Judah with a J, Judah with a Y, like Yoda and Star Wars, Yoda, the tribes of Judah, and the 12 tribes make the lion. He's talking about the sum of it all. He's talking about the sum of it all. The Bible's talking about the sum of it all makes Yah. Yah is everything. Yah is all of it. We're just a little bit of it, and he's all of it. He's everything. And each one of his sons, right, is a position in the universe. The 12 positions of primes and composite numbers. And the center makes 13. Because this is the overlapping point where they are creating what we're walking on. What we're walking on is being created by this centralized point. We are in it. We are in the middle of this. We are in the middle of this, experiencing this hologram that's riding on a freaking sound wave inside an ionospheric bubble. We do not physically, daily, the seasons do not come to us, spring, summer, winter, fall. The universe is quadranted out, and we spin into the months. And in turn, the months turn into the seasons, and then the seasons turn into the ages. This is the quantum mechanics of how the universe works, because everything's in layers and in motion. It's a wave that goes around and around. We are in the bottom, we are in the middle of the density. There are beings that vibrate higher, and there are beings that vibrate lower. Angels and demons. I don't care if you believe in them or not. They're part of reality. If you think otherwise, you're a fool. The angels and the jinn. That's what they were referring to. Angels and demons. The angels and the jinn. Also, another word for them is the Hagal and the Gadash. Probably never heard those words before because they were edited and excluded from English-speaking Bibles. Haggadah and Nagal. Matt, what the hell are those? Those are called lizard people. You have to understand that you're living in a geoengineered reality. The words created the spell that you're living in. The word dinosaur is only 150 years old. What did they call dinosaurs before that? Nephilim? Terrible lizard people? Science today tries to tell you act like an ape. You evolved from an ape, but I say you act more like a snake. You got a tail, bone. So at one point, your ancestors had a tail. Some of you have webbed feet. Some of you got 6 fingers or 6 toes. These are reptilian traits. They're not traits of a monkey. And your skin sheds and peels and cracks. Does an ape do that? No. That's a snake. Are you hoarding and collecting stuff? Are you worried about fight or flight? Those are predatory, reptilian states of mind. You're more reptilian than a fucking monkey. Okay? Start questioning the reality. Investigate Marco Polo. Marco Polo talks about his rickshaw being pulled around by a triceratops. Isn't that interesting? That was 1,500 years ago. That was 1,500. Right? That's 500 years ago. And his buggy's being pulled around by dinosaurs. Richard Admiralty Byrd stated that he saw woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers while he was exploring the North Pole. Don't you find that curious? I sure do. This is altering and contradicting the reality that we're actually living in. So who's controlling the engineered reality? And Matt, what makes you think there's an engineered reality? Simple questions. Look at what's on your money. Ask yourself, why are terrorist attacks on your currency before they happen? And this is a tradition that's gone on for many, many years. They keep changing the currency after they've committed the act. They don't need the money anymore. They have to replace the act. That spell's completed. Now they need to put a new act on the money. Look at the 20 and the evolution of the 20, the old 20s. Every one of them's got a terrorist attack on it because that's their operandi. They shove their plans in your face on the currency and then they go out and commit them. And then they mock you and laugh at you because you don't have a clue. And you're handling pieces of paper with the information on it daily. But your eyes are blinded to it because you're unaware of it. Picture graph pictures. Look at the movie Josie and the Pussycats. It's about sub-audios, overlays, human mind conditioning, telling you to buy burger Happy Meals, fucking Big Mac, while it's singing about free love. And you hear the song and you go buy a Big Mac because you heard the song and it told you to. And you think it's your own idea. So where do you start? Where do they begin? Do you even know who you are? Or are you all about them? In 1939-38, Hitler changed the key of A from 432 hertz to 440 hertz. 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 9. And he dropped it to 440. 4 and 4 is 8. So he reduced and lowered the vibrational pitch of the key of A. For what purpose did he lower this vibrational pitch? And why did he do it? Was it to program the masses and reduce them into a fear state? Because they're not on the 432, he put them on the 440? He also removed a key from the music scale, so now there's 12 keys instead of 13. 12 and 13 is the middle. 13 is what the Illuminati worship, and this is what they're referring to. The 12, this is a 4 by 4 square. 4, 4, 4, 4. And the sum is 12, but the center makes 13. And inside is a 2 by 2 square on top of it. Like I said, it's 2 by 2, 4 by 4. That's what the math, I took a picture earlier and was showing about the dimensions of a cube. This is referring to the creation of density and reality. Look at these numbers. These are all expressions of this. Right? Well, if you know 144 is 12 by 12, well, 12 by 12 is 12 cube. So these are just different dimensions of cube. Going into more depth and more density, different dimensions of the cube. Different dimensions of the cube. So what organized churches are trying to do is they're trying to de-evolve your mind to pull you away from the sound of the universe and the Creator, Father, and keep you trapped in their programming in a spiritual box. My own personal interpretation, spiritual box. They want to trap you in to this plane of existence. They don't want you to realize there's anything out there past what you can see with your physical eyes. The cube is satanic, yes. Being trapped into it. That's what they're not. That's what they're trying to do to you. Okay. So as I go into this, I'll explain this. Every religion is a different aspect of cubism. Okay. Every religion is a different aspect of cubism, and the way lines of the cube. Let's just call it that, because I'm kind of an uneducated fool, and I like it that way. Okay. Okay, so the Bible tells us to beware of the number 666, right? Yes, I can see you, Steffi, writing live. So the Bible teaches us that the number of Satan is 666. And 6 is the number for carbon. And that's representation of the physical world, is carbon. This world is all carbon. The trees breathe carbon. So that's why when the world news is telling you we're all going to die from carbon poisoning and global warming, I'm fucking laughing my ass off. Because you're all part of a fear matrix system. You're being duped. It's fucking stupid. Those trees are breathing out what you need to breathe. Number one. So, we are defending Israel. ISIS-Rael. ISIS-Rael, Israel. We are being duped Yeah. Yeah, we are being duped. Okay? We are being duped into defending. Oh.